What up? Where my peeps at? How's everyone doing? Whoa, this must be a record time for two people to be here. Must be because I created like a little thumbnail in my thing so that people could come by and just like click on it and wait. Anyway, what's going on? How's everyone doing? Everyone, all two of you. What up, Just Jasco? Maria, music. You awesome man. Oh my god. Oh, you guys are so fucking sweet. I'm awesome. No, you're awesome. You're so much more awesome than me. Oh, look at who it is. It's Miss Angela. She decided to be a night owl today. So she's like, yo, I'm gonna stop in and say what's up. Hi, Darius X. I mean, like, I don't really acknowledge an X. I want the O also, because if you're just gonna give me the hug, I want the kiss too. Yeah. What's up, Maria? What's up, Just Jesco? How's it going, guys? So, there we go. Oh, multiple O's now too. It's a little imbalanced, Angela. You're going a little too off the deep end for my liking. I don't know. Making me feel weird. So, yeah. I was thinking, I'm like, should I do topics in my live streams? Because I've just been kind of titling them spirituality this and spirituality that, just as like as a joke. Um, But then I did this one like spiritual but not religious. Because I remember I used to when I would do like surveys or something like that, when people do surveys, they'll ask you like how close you are and how religious are you, what religion do you vibe with, and they'll list like Christianity and Buddhism and Islam and whatever, and then like they'll often have a box where it's like agnostic, atheist, and then another one maybe where it's spiritual but not religious. And I remember reading something where like more and more people are identifying as spiritual but not religious, and that's honestly where we want to be. And we need to be very careful with not turning spirituality, even which is supposed to exist outside of religion, turning that into kind of a religion. Because if we start attaching dogmas to spirituality, then like what the fuck are we even doing? The whole point of being spiritual and not religious is that you don't buy into the dogmatic bullshit, all these entrenched beliefs that are so fixated on different people's POVs based on when they grew up, in the time they grew up, and what they thought at the time was a decent ideology to adopt. And most of it is nonsense. There are some core eternal truths. You can't really argue too hard against the Ten Commandments. Most of them, on some level, make sense. You know what I mean? Like just basic stuff. But we also exist outside of these things. And what is sin? What is not sin? Oh no, I'm a sinner. I was born a sinner. All this bullshit. So many little layers of ideologies and dogmas that we've adopted that we just believe are true, and we just attach ourselves so willingly to these things. What up, cuz? What up, Christy? I hope you're doing well too. What up, Daniel? Hi, Darius. What are your thoughts on spiritual psychosis? I think it's a very slippery slope. I've experienced them myself, so I'm very aware of it and I know how it goes. And honestly, guys, a lot of people that are being diagnosed with mental illnesses of all varieties have some type of spiritual psychosis on some level. And I mean, some are obviously more extreme than others. Like when you get labeled like I was bipolar 1, you're in a mania and you often go off the fucking deep end into like utter detachment. And honestly, like the number one tool in your spiritual arsenal against a psychosis or grandiosity, spiritual grandiosity, is the humility. I used to keep getting into trouble even through my mental illnesses was just like the one, right? But it's like what is mania and depression? That's kind of two illnesses really, because like they're very different energetically. But with the psychosis, you get so fucking enraptured At least for me, because you can have a depressive psychosis, but it's more rare. At least for me, it was. I would get the psychosis when I would dip off too deep into the mania. I would lose touch with reality, and then what happens is like this fear comes in, and it's a very heightened state of fear, and it would lock me down and like give me panic attacks, and I couldn't make sense of what was real and what was not real because my mind was just so detached while also at the same time trying to come in and label things and making wrong associations. So it's like before you even get sucked into that energy of like a psychosis or even into a mania or even before that, a hypomania where it's just starting to feel good a little bit, before you start getting into that place, you have to root yourself in the humility and groundedness all the time. So whenever I pray now, I'm always asking God, keep me grounded, keep me humble. Don't ever let me get too big for my britches kind of bullshit because I'm nothing. And I might come off as arrogant and super confident and I know everything and oh, I have an answer for everything and all this stuff, but no, I don't know shit. I'm nothing. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a loser. And it's okay. Like I said in one of my videos, embrace the loserness of who you are. We're all losers, guys. We're all insecure, aren't we? Isn't everyone just out here masking their insecurities? Isn't that what everyone's doing? I don't know. The spiritual psychosis, it's like you can have a psychosis when you're like when you're bipolar, you can have it when you're schizophrenic. You can have like a schizoid affect disorder where that they kind of just throw in. You occasionally get some visions and stuff, you know? It's like we're all getting visions all the time, guys. What do you think your thoughts are? It's like if you're going to label somebody mentally ill, we're all mentally ill on some level. If you're buying into the fear, if you're buying into the delusion of what your mind is, you're mentally ill, whether you want to be labeled it and diagnosed it or not. It's just that the people that it's just that the people that aren't super mentally ill, that haven't been diagnosed that, they're functional. They're not fucking shit up. They're towing the line. They're within the parameters of what life is. And the people that like keep pushing against those boundaries and acting weird and acting up and doing weird stuff and saying weird things, oh no, we got to put you in your place. You need some meds, son. Here, take some meds. You'll feel better. And ironically, they made me feel worse because they were masking me. I was like literally detached from myself the more I took these meds. And I'm like, something's off, man. And then I would pop off again. Then I'd have a spiritual awakening again, even. And it would go into like this whole thing. And things are revealed to me. But the one thing that kept coming back in was the unrootedness and the inhumility, if that's a word. Unhumility, inhumility, pride, arrogance, whatever. It would come in. It's like, oh, look, man, I'm the shit. Hey, I know stuff, guys. I look at what I see. I can answer all your questions to this eternal dream. I can. Ooh, wow, don't you want to listen to me? And then that would keep getting me into trouble because I'm forcing the issue. I'm like probing all these different places all the time, forcing the issue. And no one got time for that shit. Everyone's busy in their own bullshit all the time. They don't want to stop and listen to you. What do you have that to say that's so important? I'm gonna do TED Talks, on the corner. Like I'm gonna put up the sign. I'm gonna be like, yo, it's look, repent, Like for what? What are we doing? Everyone's going to have a spiritual teacher or a spiritual person or something if they look enough that they vibe with. So I might not be your cup of tea, but then maybe Eckhart Tolle is or Jesus is. I might not be your cup of tea, but then maybe Ramana Maharshi is or Neville Goddard or whatever fucking person. The Course in Miracles, Abraham Hicks. If you guys want to go, and these are all like branches under the spiritual umbrella. It's like people listen to like Bashar and listen to like Abraham Hicks for like manifestation techniques and ideas and law of attraction stuff mostly. Bashar talks about other stuff too. I like Bashar a lot because he really gets to the nitty-gritty of stuff. But with Abraham Hicks especially, it's very like I'm going to approach the spiritual side of stuff through manifesting all the time and manifesting your reality so much. And it's like, no, go the spiritual route and then your manifestation comes in automatically. It's so much easier, guys. Believe me. Believe me. I'm not talking from a place of like not knowing. I know. very confidently. Do you have any good book recommendations? I mean, honestly, I've talked about all of my spiritual influences at some point in my videos if you've watched enough of them. So I would say anyone that I've talked about that have been serious influences on my life, go read any of their shit. You can read Alan Watts. I mean, I wasn't like super Alan Watts, but I'm saying I'll throw out some names. Alan Watts, Yogananda, and even with Yogananda, not like even I didn't really care for autobiography of a yogi because he's very grandiose in that a little bit. He's out there with a lot of his shit. When I'm reading Yogananda, he has like this trilogy of books. I'll tell you what the titles are because I have them on my one of it's like Man's Eternal Quest, collected talks and essays on realizing God in your daily life, volume 1, self-realization fellowship, right? The Divine Romance, and then Journey to Self-Realization. And they're all basically talks of Yogananda that he goes in and that's where I got it drilled into my head. You got to meditate, you got to meditate, you got to devote yourself 100%. You got to go balls deep into this shit. Stop half-assing it, man. You're genuinely asking for these truths and this enlightenment to come. Well, how are you going to do it if you don't actually put in the work, like I say? Okay, so I have that. Ramana Maharshi, he has some very basic stuff where it's like he has a couple pages. Who am I? You can read that. You can read all of the dialogues with him. You can like watch Adyashanti and Rupert Spira, and you can read some Robert Adams stuff. I mentioned Alan Watts. Read into Buddhism. Read the Bhagavad Gita. Read the Tao Te Ching. Read the actual scriptures too. And a lot of these scriptures, they're very dense. They're very like kind of bizarre in a way with their wording because it's not going to vibe as much as someone that's alive today putting things in terms of now. That's what I do. I'm of our generation to put them in our terms for us to vibe with. So you watch it and you're like, oh, that makes sense right now for me. I'm not talking Jesus speak and Hebrew speak of the Jews and Zoroastrian speak. You know, you can read the Avestas of the Zoroastrians. You can read like all of the different Upanishads and Vedas and stuff like that. I've read through all of that stuff on some level, guys. You know, there's so many spiritual teachers. Eckhart Tolle, like Eckhart Tolle to me is mandatory reading. Power of Now, Stillness Speaks, and A New Earth, mandatory. Like there's nothing greater than those three because he's curating it for us today, and it's recent and it vibes, and he cuts through all the bullshit, and it's very spiritual but not religious, like I labeled in my titled my live stream, right? That's why I like Eckhart so much and listen to his talks and listen to his stuff. He has a different way of delivering the message, obviously, than I do even. But yeah, those are good ones. Admiral Soup, welcome. Course in Miracles is good, but the fact that Course in Miracles thinks that it's channeling Jesus is a delusion. So it's like, I mean, some of it's good, some of it's kind of out there, but it's fine. There's all kinds of people on YouTube today that think they're channeling entities and stuff, and it's like, hey, a message came in that Jesus is going to talk to me now. Okay, Jesus, talk to me, bro. And it's not even Jesus; it's basically your higher self that's communicating through Jesus, through God, through the Archangel Gabriel, through whatever archetype you decide to choose. And you're like, I'm going to channel this, and what you're channeling is the divine. You're channeling truth. Jesus is going to sound like truth. The Archangel Michael and Gabriel, they're going to sound like truth. Metatron, the Council of Light, whatever thing you think you're channeling, it is all the Holy Spirit. It is all an aspect of God. That's what they mean by the Holy Spirit. It comes in and it takes over, and it is the harbinger of truth, embodied. You embody it. It comes in, it flows. As soon as I do well and stay consistent and feel good, I go smoke and ejaculate so I feel bad and keep doing things of cycle. How do I, you know what? How about stop feeling bad for smoking and ejaculating? How about that? Because your conflict is created in the fact that you're making yourself a sinner because you're smoking and ejaculating. So maybe somebody said, hey man, you got to do the no fap and you got to do the semen retention. And now someone out here is telling you, hey man, if this is the way, hey, in my life, also throw in some fasting and some veganism and some exercise and some this and that. And if you don't do any of those things, now make yourself feel even more shitty for all of that stuff too. Throw those in too. to make yourself feel like the super sinner. Then maybe you get into like your descent into deep fucking hell because you've bought into all this bullshit. And now if you get into like the real purgatory, the dark night of the soul that might even last more than a night, like I've said, if you go that deep, then maybe you finally wake up out of it. So don't condemn yourself for smoking. I smoke cigarettes too sometimes if I feel like it, guys. It's not a big deal. I'm very aware of what I'm doing. And if I want to quit, I can quit. And if I feel like masturbating, I'm going to masturbate. And if I feel like fucking a woman, I'm going to fuck her. And like I've said, if I feel like making love, I'm going to make love. I'm not going to sit here and analyze and register everything through my mind and associate certain behaviors and certain things with not being aligned. If you guys think that you need to do those things to bring yourself into alignment, then fine, do those things. But if you fuck up, instantly forgive yourself and move on. I'm going to try again. Because it takes a special sort of willpower to constantly align yourself with some imagined perfection. You're thinking that like if I don't ejaculate and if I don't like smoke cigarettes, that I'm aligning myself more and more. Yeah, I know I probably shouldn't do these things. You do what you want to do, and you deal with the consequences of what you're gonna end up doing. You smoke enough cigarettes and you're out of balance with it, and you're smoking a pack a day, you're probably gonna get lung cancer or emphysema. But if you have a cigarette once in a while, you're not gonna die of lung cancer. So there is a balance to these things, just like with food, just like with sex, just like with anything. And you find that balance out of your place of stillness. You don't try to do these things to get you into a place of stillness. That's the catch-22 that you guys keep trying to get yourselves into all the time. That's why when they asked Jesus, how should we behave? Should we fast? Should we not do this? Should we do this? What's the protocols, bro? He's like, don't lie and don't do what you hate. If you like jacking off, then go jack off, bro, but just don't do it too much. Don't jack off 5-10 times a day. Maybe do it once in a while. You want to release? Then fucking release, bro. I'm not going to condemn you for it. You're not going to condemn yourself. You shouldn't, at least. Enjoy it. It's pleasure like anything else. Anything that I do can be pleasureful, guys. You're not the sinner. If you're consciously choosing what you want to do in the moment, and I'm going to take on the consequences of those actions, then I'm not the sinner. I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. No, thank you, Jane. Isas Ark, what do you think about the law of one also channeled? Yeah, I mean, same shit, man. Same stuff I was talking about. Yeah, I like Dan Millman. He also did a book which is really great with numerology that's called The Life You Were Meant to Live. And if anybody ever asks me about what numerology to book, that's always the first book that I recommend because it's very hardcore and it's very on the money. So yeah, Dan Millman is good too. And he's only had a couple books. He doesn't really have a lot of material, but yeah. And that's kind of like we are trying to adopt that peaceful warrior mentality and ethos into our existence. And that's what Jesus means by being like as fucking sharp and nasty as wolves, but also like being the sheep and being like the dove. There's like a duality. He's like, you have to adopt both polarities. You're spiritual, but you're a warrior. How can you, if you're a warrior, then that means fighting. And if I'm fighting, then there's conflict. And if there's conflict, then what spirituality is there? It's like, no, you're the badass. You guys are all badasses. And I've said this in my videos. You guys are badasses. You don't know you're badasses. You don't know. You don't get it. It's like, am I really a badass, Darius? I don't believe it, Darius. I'm just so deeply insecure and ashamed of myself for these things that I've done. What have I become? And how did I get here? And where did it go wrong? And oh my God, I'm just so weak and, and my life isn't turning out the right way. And I'm ugly and women don't like me and men don't like me. And I'm getting up in age and I don't have the kids that I want. I don't have the family that I want. I don't have the job that I want. All these different things that you think are just so uber important. If they were so important and you were meant to have any of them, they would be in your lives already. Not to say that they can't come in, but the person that you are, and if we're going to draw from the law of attraction stuff, the vibration that you're at right now doesn't match with that reality yet. Go burn in hell for it. Go condemn yourself for it, guys. See, that's what you're doing. You're creating utter hell over stupid shit all the time. And now with the spiritual stuff too, I'm not spiritual enough. I gotta get super spiritual, and it means doing these certain things. I missed my yoga session today. Oh man, what a bummer. I'm a piece of shit. How could I miss my yoga session? I was telling myself I really want to commit to yoga, and through yoga, I'm going to find God in my alignment. But oh no, I guess I fucked up now, and I'm just going to beat myself to death over missing that 1 or 2 yoga sessions. I can't just jump back on the horse. I can't fall down and get back up again. I can't forgive myself for like what I was saying with the ejaculation and the smoking. No, I gotta sit and stew on it for days and months and weeks on end and shit. For what? What are you getting out of that? Well, all you're getting is more suffering, which eventually is going to bring you, ironically, to the opposite side of the spectrum of the suffering, which is the ease and the freedom and the peace. So you're resisting everything. You're putting up arbitrary boundaries, or did you do it on some other like level? Did you hear about it through the grapevine and you adopted it just as a core belief? Or did you reach the conclusion on your own and then adopted it as a core belief? Which one's more powerful? Which one's more truthful? You tell me. That's why I say in the short video that I do about the Bible, someone hands you the Bible and you take it, hook, line, and sinker. You buy into this Bible. It can be any scripture. It can be the Quran. It can be whatever. Okay. And then I say, well, what the fuck do you say? Who cares what this book says? Because all it is other people like me writing stuff down that they heard through their own interpretation and filter of their mind and put it into words and said, this is the truth. It's right here. I wrote it down. It's here for you. You must obey this, and only through this way you're going to find your truth. And then you're like, no, but I found my truth already, and I didn't need that book. So how much truth could it possibly be? And then in that moment, maybe you understand the fundamental illusory nature of what these words are. They're all just words. Bullshit. As always, I dig the vibes. This is a great time of day for me to connect. Missed you last week, but I watched it after. Sending much love. And thank you, Memoirs. Appreciate it. Yeah, guys, I'm not going to be able to catch everyone. This is how it is. Channel's not big enough where I have hundreds and perhaps even thousands of people willing to watch me on a live stream, but that's fine. It's where it's at, it's where it's meant to be. How can I argue with that? I don't think I'm going to do a live stream for like the next week and a half. I have my birthday coming up in mid-July, so I'm going to do a birthday stream, and if you guys want to come and shower me with love, then we can get it on. Maybe you'll even donate $1 or $2, and then I can say your name, just like my meme. I don't know if you guys saw my post. It's like every time you donate, I gotta say your name. I donated $1, say my name, like that. But yeah, it's gonna be a carefully curated and like meticulously planned shilling on my end. Hey guys, it's my birthday. Let's give an excuse to give Darius some money. Yeah, hook him up, hook a brother up. So when you smoke a cigarette every now and then, do you notice a change in your meditation or feel a pull or you're in prayer? No, guys, I'm so merged. I'm so in this place of Jesus and Buddha. I'm so in that place. I'm so inseparable from it. I've fully adopted it. I've purged through my karma that it doesn't matter what I do or what I eat or anything. It's never going to pull me away from it. I'm always praying. I'm always meditating just by being and speaking. So it's like you guys are using practices to get you into something. Eventually, you become the practice all the time. And in my video that's coming up that I talk about Jesus, it's like mostly about Jesus. He was that all the time. And I go over that in the video. All the time. And you're not half-assing shit. And it's not practices. And it's not laws and commandments that you're following. You're following this. It's everything. You guys don't get how this is everything. You don't get it. Your intuition is fucking king. It is your compass. And ironically, your intuition lines up with everyone else's intuition. It is the higher self, the highest truth, the highest, most noble, most righteous shit in the moment. That's what God wants from us all the time. And it doesn't have, and it's like, well, Darius, the most righteous thing is to not have sex, right? It's to save yourself for marriage. It's to not be gay. It's to, you know what I mean? Like these illusory rules and bullshit that people have put on that they have no fucking clue. You can't listen to them. Listen to yourself. It's like, oh man, I know on the level of my mind and everyone else in society that this is wrong. I just couldn't help myself. I had to do the right thing. Didn't do the fucking right thing. When the knights of the Templar, the knights of the Middle Ages, these guys would go on their crusades, and even in the movie The Kingdom of Heaven, not the king, just Kingdom of Heaven with Orlando Bloom, the guy sits on his, they're gonna knight him, and he gets on his knees and they're knighting him, and they're like, you must do what is right, even if it leads to your death. Even if you're persecuted, like Jesus knew that his dudes were going to be persecuted just like he was. And he's like, don't worry, guys, they hated me before they hated you. They're persecuting me before they persecuted you. This hatred, because you're pushing boundaries, people are bound to hate. Haters are going to hate. So you have to do what's right, what's calling to you, or else you're a faker, or else then you're bullshitting yourself. And now you're creating internal turmoil, and now your descent into hell is beckoning you. You must do what is meant for you in any given moment, even if it leads to your death. If you guys get to that place where even losing the physical body is not a big deal, then ironically, what happens, it's a paradox that the more you get into this place of willingness to lose yourself, your physical, you're that much more protected through faith. I know you guys can't kill me or fuck with me until my mission is completed, kind of stuff. I know. It's part of my delusion, like I've said. So it's kind of like this. It's like, I understand the root nature of the illusory nature of what this physical reality is. I know that my physical is an illusion, even. I know that what I am here on this earth is an illusion. And the only thing that's real is the spark of God that animates me and everything else around me. And that energy guides me on this physical mission through life. It's pointing out these signs, taking me to safe places. It's like, here's, you see the fear. The fear is the shadow. The fear is the darkness. And you see the pockets of the shadow and the darkness everywhere. And you're walking in the steps of the light. And if you want to go in the shadow, you can, to hide yourself from the shadow. You can become the ninja. You become the chameleon, the shapeshifter. You take on whatever role. It's the very much like any of the movies that you've ever seen where you're like a spy, like you're Jason Bourne, you're Neo in the Matrix. You can adopt any of those archetypal stories and energies into your being and act them out in this reality as a role that you're taking on as inspiration. That's how powerful the mind is. We don't know that, though. Most people don't know how powerful the mind is. What's real? What's not real? Well, I make it real. I make it real through my belief. A thought by itself doesn't have much power. The moment I put my soul on it and I believe it, oh, now we're talking about some real hardcore shit. I am a Cancer, yes. I'm a Cancer sun, a Capricorn rising, and a Sagittarius moon. Dominic, thank you for being here. Namaskar. I listen to other people for the most of my life. Do you have any tips on how to reconnect with my own intuition? Yeah, meditate and pray. How do your intuition is the platform of what your feelings are. Your intuition is the God essence in you that knows. You feel some just call you. I gotta click on this video. I gotta click on this page. I gotta read this one thing. I gotta watch that movie. I gotta do something, and you just don't know where it's coming from, but you have this really big craving, almost primal need to do it. That's your intuition making it known to you that it wants to experience that. And the more you become still and meditate and pray, the easier you can discern between all of these things. That's why I did the video on you talk to God. That's why I did the video on you follow the signs. That's why I did all these different videos pointing to the same thing. Your intuition is king. Your intuition is queen. You're a fucking queen, Marissa. You're a fucking queen, Angela. Admiral, you're a king if you're a guy. You guys don't get it. And I'm not saying like some superficial, hey, slay queen, bullshit. Where like, look at me flaunting myself. I'm so the shit. No, no, no. I'm talking about a tremendously powerful state of being that you are. You guys are only tapping your toe in it. You guys aren't even there yet. When you guys get there, you won't even need to listen to me anymore. You guys will just dip off. Oh, hey, I wonder what happened to Angela. I wonder what happened to Marissa. Oh, they're not around anymore. I hope they're on their way. You know? Whatever. You might want to visit just because you like me and we're buddies. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, you're not using Darius as the spokesperson for God for you to get you closer to yourself and all this shit. You're not using Jesus or anyone. You yourself are that spokesperson and you trust yourself so just keenly, so just like, Darius, I don't agree. I trust me more than you. That's where you need to get. But more often than not, you're going to agree with most of the shit that I'm saying because I'm speaking a truth. And most of the time, you're going to naturally align with that truth. But when I read Eckhart, I'm not sitting here debating Eckhart because Eckhart's speaking 99% truth. The same thing with me. And then some people are going to read Jesus and they're like, well, 80% of it is truth. 20% of it is just so, and that's because it is layered with years and years of changes that have been made, adulterations that have been made, and the context of what he was living in. At that time that he was speaking pure truth. And they marveled. They were like, yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Tell me more. Can I follow you around? Can you show me the way? Okay. Wow. He's kind of cute. I really like him. He's really funny. It just seems like he's fun to be around. Yeah. The paradox of death. That is my holdup. Yeah, I mean, guys, our mortality is like one of the final hurdles that you have to come. That's the devil coming for you. It's the Jesus in the desert purging the devil. Your mortality will come for you as an idea. If I do this, oh no, this might happen. If I put myself out there, I'm going to get attention and people are going to come for me. You think I didn't think about these things? You guys didn't think that I wasn't worried about my eventual persecution for being a truth teller? I said in one of my videos, guys, we kill our truth tellers. We do. Because they push boundaries too much. It's just not, I'm not worried though, because I know God's going to guide me every step of the way. So there's no point in me worrying about my death until I get to my death's door. Same for you guys. Live your lives, man. But also at the same time, it's like you're also not baiting. Like that's part of the whole story with Jesus, where he's like, well, if you're this, then prove this, and if you're this, then like go to the tallest mountain and fall, because God will save you. He's like, no, you're not baiting God. You're not tempting God. You're not taking unnecessary risks in shit unless you absolutely have to. And through that absolutely have to, this primal need creates the miracle that you need. You guys have to get to that place to truly manifest the most miraculous shit. My no, if I say no, it supersedes whatever external reality is out there for me. So if you're going to point the gun at me and you're going to try and shoot me and I say no, like Neo stops the bullets, my no supersedes you wanting to do whatever you're going to do to me. I'm that fucking in it. It is a delusional state of belief to be in, guys. You are teetering on that line, like I say. I'm telling you, man, no one gets to this place. It is so exceedingly rare. And I'm not just saying enlightenment, guys. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you take it to the extreme of your enlightenment where you become the Jesus. It is a very fucking extreme way of living. It's very extreme. I'm telling you. You guys don't know how extreme it is. Your entire life, the way you knew it up until now, it goes away. You don't even remember what it was like to live that way anymore, guys. You don't know any other way anymore. You're just it. And God's always calling out to you in your mind, in the subconscious, in your intuition. You're protected, motherfucker. Your reward for realizing and putting in lives and lives and lives, countless lives of work and suffering, your reward is that you are divinely protected. Jesus didn't have to die the way he did. He could have chosen a different path if he wanted it. He saw the betrayal, like I said. And that's what I said. What's the other timeline? What if Jesus didn't die that way? Well, we wouldn't have Christianity the way we have it. And we wouldn't even be here, because all of history that was out of Christianity and all the different morphings of the Middle Ages and the Europe and the different Christianities and our parents eventually meeting and having sex, none of that would have happened. Every single person that came before us, they thought certain things and did certain things that created us today. We are a continuation of all of that energy. But Jesus trumps it all. He's like the biggest vortex of energy, that we look at time through him, that we have him in our consciousness, whether we like it or not. And yeah, Buddha's in our consciousness and Muhammad's in our consciousness and stuff to a lesser extent. But the time thing, and the carrying over of the Zoroastrian / Judaic apocalypticism that was adopted is still embedded in us, whether we realize it or not. That prophecy, it's an enduring prophecy. It's the eventuality. Like in today's spiritual community, they're labeling it as the 5D coming, merging with the 3D, as the new earth, as the transition to this next state. Well, that's the same thing. It's the same thing, just labeled differently, so that the people that are buying into the new age spiritual community it's more palatable to them. Because if I start talking to this spiritual new age community and talking about apocalypticism and revelation and the Jesus prophecy and all these things, that's a little too religious for them. They want the woo-woo shit. They want the 5D. Ooh, 5D to the 3D. What the fuck do you know about a 5D? You think that you bring in a 5D and we're still not 3D? The merging, well, the 5D is going to take over. Oh, is it? Oh, is it? We're not going to be in a physical body anymore? You don't have a fucking clue. It's just so insane, some of these ideas. But then at the same time, so are these apocalyptic revelation type ideas as well. They're all just different shades of insanity. Oh, Zooted, man. Appreciate the donation. Thank you. Let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Yay. Thank you. Really appreciate it, man. Or girl. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl. That's a cute cat. I like cats. I like dogs. I like pets. So, and Angela, I got your donation a few days ago. I was gonna like comment on one of your comments. Thank you, and I forgot to. But yeah, I got your donation to Angela as well, and I really appreciate it. Guys, any little bit helps. You guys are all amazing. Even like I've had, some donations come in, and it's been very heartwarming. Thank you. Thank you, Marissa. I love you too. Marissa Jones. Just love it. It just flows. Marissa Jones. Ooh. So sexy. Hey, what's your, how they used to, you'd call in and like, you'd have those sex talk people. Guys, you remember on TV when you'd watch TV and then after a certain hour, they'd have like nothing but these sex commercials where you can call a phone line? We don't have that anymore because porn is so ubiquitous and shit on the internet. But back in the day, when I was growing up, after a certain time, you'd get these like sex commercials, call me, babe. So it's like the next time I call in on that number, I'm going to think of Marissa Jones and her sexy name. And then like, what was funny is like in some movies, they would show these people and they'd be like these fat, like lard ass women that are just nasty. And okay, yeah, everyone's beautiful, right? Like maybe somebody has a fat fetish or something, right? But there's just like these like objectively unattractive people like, oh yeah, baby, here, making me come. Oh, make me come, daddy. Yeah. Like all that shit. And you're just like laughing your ass off because this guy is picturing whatever he wants to imagine. Ooh, she's probably so fucking hot and sexy. But in reality, she's just like this, that's something that he would never be attracted to physically. Yeah, I just snorted like a pig. Are we individual souls on some level? Yes, we are. But also on some level, we're also kind of a soup of souls and a soup of consciousness. It's like there's layers to this shit. There's layers to these consciousnesses. And so, yeah, me as Darius, I'm an individual soul that's incarnated. And then somebody left me a comment recently. He's like, I bought into this idea of twin flames. And in the twin flame ideology, it's like some made up thing where Your twin flame is a split of your soul that your soul is craving to be merged with in some other person. And then that's a whole delusion, man. No, you are whole, and that is where your power comes from. There's no twin flame. Maybe more accurately, if we want to call it something, it's like your soul. What do they call that? Your soulmate. That might be a little bit, because we do have contracts. If you guys have not read Journey of Souls by Michael Newton, that is also, if I've been a bit earlier, I was saying that Eckhart Tolle's mandatory reading, that to understand reincarnation and our soul's journey, of all the books that I've read on that kind of stuff, that's the most accurate, on the money. Like, yeah, this makes sense. That's how it works. It's very accurate. Read that book, guys, if you want to know about your soul's mission and what it's like before and after we die, and these places, because there is no such thing as hell, like I've said in my videos. These are just ideas of the duality of heaven and hell that we adopt as real. And the only hell that exists is what we create for ourselves here. And when you're back up there, it's very warm and fuzzy. And you're always trying to ascend, you're always trying to grow and learn. And so, like, if we were going to bring the 5D happens after you die, after you've finished your Earth's mission, and then you go to your 5D, 6D, 7D, where Jesus and Buddha and the Council of Light are all playing from. It's like you're so far removed from any physicality that you can dip your toe in all of the layers of reality when you're that far removed. It's like these soul sparks that are guardians for us, that have sometimes come in as avatars, as speakers of truth, Jesus, Babaji, Buddha, whoever. These guys, they reach their final understanding. They don't need to come back and reincarnate again. They can if they choose it, but they don't have to. God's got greater missions for us, guys. This whole thing is expanding. It's like an accordion coming back and forth. The Big Bang explodes and then comes back and explodes infinite times. And it's all happening instantly. But to us, it's all slowed down in time for our own personal perception. There's no such thing as time. You guys don't get this. It's all very illusory. It's all happening simultaneously. Jesus is alive right now. Jesus and the future Jesus is alive right now. And I'm Jesus speaking to you. You know what I mean? It's all very right now. Truth. That's it. If you guys wanted to know what it would have been like to hang out with Jesus, hang out with me. I'm about the closest you're going to get to it, believe me, because of the lens that I see so much through him. And I can sniff out all of the bullshit that's in the Christianity. And it's blasphemy to even say something that radical and that I really believe that. But yeah. If you wanted to say, hey, is there a guy alive today who's Jesus reborn? That would be me. And are you really you're Jesus reborn? Yeah, in a way, kind of. Yeah, I am. But I'm also Darius. I'm also the modern adoption of truth. But I'm also the Buddha and any other archetype that I want to be through those teachings and through those ideas. But the brashness, the borderline arrogance, and just in your face, like fiery shit that I am, it's very aligned with Jesus and John the Baptist and that whole spectrum. It's a very Zoroastrian energy that came through Judaism and apocalypticism. So yeah, but guys, like I said, it's part of my delusion. So it's like you can't take everything that I say at face value, because I am kind of crazy. But I'm not doing super crazy shit either. Maybe one day I do, but not right now. I'm here to start a revolution and shit. It's like, nah, like whatever, man. It's gonna happen on its own. I don't need to be some revolutionary. I don't need to cause change, because just me living is causing change. And it's like me speaking this truth of love is causing change. It's unraveling layers for some that are tuned into it, and even some that aren't tuned into it. We're all unraveling our layers for each other through this cosmic consciousness of soup that we're embedded in. You hear about news somewhere, you see the weather, the wind blows a certain way, you get a sign. All of these things are influenced by forces outside of ourselves that we couldn't possibly know in this amazing tapestry that's interwoven in life. You don't know the causality of the wind. in the rain and why or where it came from. You can't know it, it's too big. But you know that it's here now in your reality, and so it is divinely orchestrated in your moment. And so how could it not be from God? It is of God, just as you are. Wish I learned the power of meditation as a youth. Yeah, you can't have that mentality though, guys. I can wish that I would have saved myself all kinds of years of suffering and pain, a very difficult freaking life path that I had. But I had to go through those things to learn it in a certain way, to give you the message in this certain way, for it to resonate with people, for you guys to get it. If I was some awakened being from the age of 15, and I meditated perfectly, and then I went to the ashram, and I was just like some little monk that sat all day, and that was my own slice, then would I have this YouTube channel, which is my true calling in a way? It's one of my callings. I have many callings, but you know what I mean? It's the one main thing that I'm pouring most of my passion into. I had to go through hell and come out of hell to have the channel for you guys to relate to me for your own personal hells that you're going through. And the way I describe things and the way the message is just, articulated, and the things that I've read and the experiences that I've had, they've all colored those things of who I am now. And that's how I use it right now for you to get. If I was 30 years old instead of in my mid 40s, and if I was 30 and I hadn't had the last 15 years of life experiences, you would not fucking recognize me. A, I would have been thin, and B, I would have been an arrogant prick that was speaking some truths but didn't fully get it. And so, yeah, we could have been buddies. We could have shot the shit. We'd go get some beers, we'd go to like the strip club. We'd go do whatever degenerate shit I happened to be doing at the time, right? We'd go do some drugs, maybe, right? Do some hallucinogens or some weed or whatever. And each of those things aren't necessarily bad in and of themselves. It's just that like you're chasing, and I've said this ad nauseum, chasing after yourself in the external. Okay, so you would not have recognized me. I was much more handsome. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm still cute. I'm still cute. I love me. So yeah, you don't, and that's the thing. Like Zudit, if you feel called to quit the nicotine, then do it. If that's something that if you think is in your highest good, then do it. That's fine. But like I was telling someone earlier, and if you want to rewatch the video because you just came in, I was telling them, like, you don't have to make it the end all be all. Don't condemn yourself. Sorry, it's out of focus, guys. I don't know what's going on here. You don't kill yourself for not perfecting yourself at the moment. You've this idea of what you think is perfect. Oh, I'll be perfect when I quit smoking, and when I've attained this body, and I've attained this, and I can do that one yoga pose and all these things. Those are all illusions. You're perfect right now. Unmask yourself and embrace the perfection of what you are. That's what I'm getting at, man. You guys can call me imperfect. I'm fat. Okay, I guess I'll go jump off a fucking bridge because I'm fat. Because I don't fit into the mold of what is perfection. How could I ever be perfect, guys? I'm always going to be kind of ugly, aren't I? Do you see what I mean? It's like God made me the way I am. I'm not the most good-looking guy. I'm also not the most hideous guy. But to different people's perception of what we consider attractive, okay, I'm not going to be ugly and I'm not going to be attractive. But if I keep thinking all I am is unattractive, then how is anyone else going to think that I'm attractive? When you're with that somebody that's so deeply insecure that their insecurity is just makes them so despicably unattractive, you can't stand to be around them anymore. You just got to end the relationship. It's like some soul sucking shit. This victim kind of like whiny bullshit they're constantly projecting. They might be the most good looking thing you've ever come across, but they're rotten to the core with their own delusion. What attraction is there in that? I'd rather have the opposite. You can bring me some fat girl. Bring me a fat girl. I don't care. I don't care. Bring me a short girl that's like whatever, not my type. Bring me whatever. And I'll still find her attractive if she's got that spark inside. I wouldn't take any of my hardships back. It's humbled me. That's exactly what it needed to happen for me too, Marissa. Yeah, exactly. Attractive is relative. Because it's like guys. So it's like you said, more handsome. How? I was thinner. I was younger. I was objectively more good looking. I was like, I could get women if I wanted to. Now, if I go out and I go to the bar and I try to get women, they're not going to be as into me. You know, they're just not. It's okay. It's okay. Like my future mate, if I'm meant to have a soulmate that comes in, because I'm single, if I'm meant to have a girl that comes into my life, she's going to see through this physical layer. I want her to be attracted to me. Guys, it's a good thing. It weeds out the bullshit. It weeds out the superficial people that are only into you for your looks. And then maybe while I'm with her, I lose weight and she gets to have the attractive me again. That's her reward for seeing through the fat layers of Darius. Oh no, you're just so physically fucking unattractive because you're extra fat. Fuck off. And that you can't be a spiritualist and you can't speak spiritual truth because you're fat. How nonsense is that? Like Muji. Muji's fat. Are we going to go and say Muji is not a true hardcore spiritualist because he's fat? Oh no, Muji, you ate one too many pancakes, bro. Come on now. Thank you, Mixie. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm already perfect. Guys, yeah. You know how you like in the movies they're like doing the eyebrows and like look, ooh, I'm so I'm so fucking hot. Yes, let's go. You know? Yeah. I have that attitude. I know I'm the shit, guys, in a very non-arrogant way. I know if I go out, I can make someone's moment amazing. I make you feel like a fucking queen. You have no clue. I know. It's just the Casanova in me. But it's like, I don't have to force it. I'm not out here going to every fucking bar looking to get laid. For what? Have I not had enough sex in the past? I know what the fruitless sex is about, guys. I know it. I'm very familiar with you're just humping, humping, humping. Oh, this is kind of cool, but like, I'm not really feeling it. Yeah, no. I want like all in makeover. Okay. Guys, like, and that's the thing is like my style is my style. I know I can improve my looks if I wanted to. Could get a nice GQ haircut. I actually like my hair this length where it's kind of wavy and shit. I like it like this. But like I could go and get this three-piece suit and like I'd be a fat GQ kind of guy and I could go out and project image of whatever. I could do that. But it doesn't vibe with me. I like the hobo look. I like the hoodie and t-shirt and shorts and gym shoes look. That's me. I've adopted that. It's a part of it's like the projection that I put out intentionally. I'm nothing. I like that I'm a loser. I like that I blend in the crowd. I don't stand out. I don't want to stand out. If you're going to notice me in how I do stand out, then it's a little special glimpse into Darius that you happen to get because we shared an interaction. That I graced you with this God presence and you didn't even realize it. That's what was speaking to you. You literally had a Jesus or a Buddha in front of you and you didn't know it. But in that moment, somewhere inside your soul was happy to see me. I do that as much as I can. When I'm out, like I said, if I go to Walmart, if I go to Target, any worker, any person that I see, I smile, I nod, I try to. If I see someone in an aisle and they're just like in my way, I try to I like crack jokes and we all laugh and we have a good time. That's how it's supposed to be, guys. You smile at each other. No one's an enemy. Everyone is just there sharing space with you in this reality and its perfection. Grow out the beard and get a buzz cut if you want to switch it up. Yeah. I mean, before I started my channel, I had my hair super short. Like, I really like having the longer hair. My hair is like an asset. When I grow it out, I like the way it looks. But if I have the short hair and I grow out like a super thick beard, it's like it doesn't match with how I feel. I'm a greasy Grecian, man. I'm Greek. I'm half Greek and half Persian. Honestly, I probably look more Persian than I do Greek. But yeah, that's the darkness that I have. I'm black hair, black, dark eyes. I kind of have like hazelish kind of brown eyes and black beard, with some gray. Back in the day when I was thin and physically fit and I like really took care of myself and projected an image of like I'm gonna go out and get laid, yeah, women paid attention to me because I was like the tall, dark, and handsome kind of guy. Not even that tall, but I wasn't short either, like 5'11". Same, thrift all the way. Let's go. Easier, more comfortable. I mean, it's just cloth. Yeah, cloth. Clothes, yes. There is psychology behind. Yeah, guys, if I wanted to, I could finagle my way and manipulate my way into a woman's bed. I have the charm. If I wanted to, I could get your attention and keep your attention and make you feel good, and eventually, before you know it, we're having sex. I could almost put a hypnotic trance on you through the magnetism. I can do that. But now you're taking advantage of someone. You're manipulating the situation for what? For what? To have a sexual experience? For what? For what? That's of the devil, man, the manipulation. You don't need to manipulate anything. What you need that's for you will come for you. And you'll see it very plainly through this intuition. And it's going to be more rewarding, guys. I know I'm going to meet my soulmate one day and she's going to be amazing. And it's going to be rewarding more that I've been ever patient my whole life waiting for her. And not even waiting. I'm not like, I wonder when she's. Sometimes I casually wonder, hey, I wonder what she's going to look like. I wonder what she's going to sound like. I think about these things, okay? But I'm not losing myself in it. Like some people are just, they just feel so fucking lonely all the time. They can't help and wait until they get this special someone. It's going to be that much more amazing when she does walk into my life. It's going to be like, oh my God, God finally graced me with her. That's my gift. Here, Darius, you've suffered your whole fucking life. Here's an amazing gift. Here's this woman. And not that she's going to complete me in any way, but it's now I get to have some real fun. Now I get to share my life with her. Now she gets to see the true side of me that you guys don't get to see. And guys, I'm very authentic. You guys see 99% of me, but there's a 1% that I don't show anybody. We all have our secrets, don't we? Oh yeah, caught you live stream. What's up, Darius? What's up, the original Jenny? Oh, Jenny. Okay. What's up, Jenny? I was like, I was thinking that you'd have a different name on here. Me and Jenny, we shot the shit. If someone says something about my clothes, I know exactly. It's they weed themselves out, guys. If somebody's like, "Oh, you're ugly. Oh, you're short. Oh, you're fat. Oh, you're this. Oh," it's like I know that they're just not vibing, and it's perfect. The opposite happens though today. Like with this whole incel and femcel generation, everyone's taking every rejection so personally. It's like, no, marvel in it, love it. They're not meant for you. Great. The next person that comes along might be. And you don't have to go fucking chasing after it like it's like the only thing. I'm so lonely all the time and I just can't wait till I meet someone. For what? To have some sex and companionship? Can't you be your own companion? Guys, what happens now when you reach this place is that God is your fucking companion all the time. Life out there, the trees, the oceans, the nature that you walk through, the city that you walk through, it's all very vibrant and alive. It's keeping you company. And these signs, God's always sending signs, and you're noticing it the majority of the time, and you're like, wow, how fucking funny are you, God? Always fucking with me. Ironically, that's when I believe she appears, and if she doesn't, cool too. Yeah. I'm not going to lose a night of sleep or an ounce of anything if some woman doesn't walk into my life ever. I'm not. I'm not like stressing it. How many people need to find their partner? They have to start a family. And that they're utter failures in their family's eyes and even their own eyes if they don't have this family. It just has to happen. Well, it's not on the cards for you this lifetime. Sorry, hun. Oh no, I guess I'll just go jump off a bridge because I'm not meant to have kids in this life. And it's like, well, Darius, who are you to tell me that I'm not meant to have kids? Well, I'm not telling you shit. God's telling you simply by it not being in your life. How much more of a pointer and obvious thing do you need? You're going to fight with the very nature of reality saying to you that you're not meant to have somebody because you literally don't fucking have somebody in your life right now. And that you might go 20 more years being single, not finding that person ever. And then maybe you finally let go of it when you're 60 or 70 years old. God's like, haha, here's a little trick that I just played on you. All this time you were searching for it, you finally gave up on it. And now I'm going to bring it to you just to fuck with you. You're like, I can't have kids when I'm 70. Oh, well, maybe you just enjoy them as a partner instead. Enjoy the companionship, enjoy the company. You guys like are busy out here arguing with life. You're arguing with your current reality, resisting it constantly, asking for something better. The better is here right now, and you guys just don't see it. No, it's okay, guys. I get caught up in it too. I do. I'm not perfect. Like sometimes I want my reality to be a little different. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I might get impatient with where I'm at right now or in my past. It happens, guys. But I'm not losing myself in it. It is not dominating me. It comes in as a thought. I look at it. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then I let it go. You know what I mean? Or if it is going to come in for a minute, it's just going to be like, oh, but I'm going to surrender to it. I'm going to feel that detachment temporarily. And then I'll quickly recognize, no, that's the illusion. Get away. I don't like you. I don't like you. You're making me feel bad. I want to feel good all the time. I want to like if I can choose it, am I not going to feel good, guys? What are we doing? Yeah, it's like, and then you're almost like now you're delirious because you feel good with like people are like, look at the reality, Darius. What is there a reason to feel good? It's like I'm not gonna let the external reality dictate how I feel. What you guys say in this chat isn't gonna dictate how I feel ever. You know, I might respond and like put you in your place and like get mad temporarily and just like be angry and like get off some vengeful truth, you know? But it's not really affecting my core being. You're not fundamentally rooting me, like getting me off of my rootedness ever. I'm very here. And you guys got to get to that place too, eventually, maybe. You'll never miss out on meeting people you're supposed to meet. Exactly, man. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. Even if like one day you walk by them and you never saw them, they'll come into your life again if you're meant to. You know how like there's been songs about this, guys, like that person that got away. You saw them fleetingly. There's a Dave Matthews song where he's like, "Oh my God, I saw you like on the train or the platform." And he's like, "Oh my God, what our lives could have been. Oh my God, if I could have only gotten to know you." That person that you're having this fantasy about, if they were really meant to be in your life, either you would have made it happen in that moment, or they will appear somewhere again on your path if it's really meant to be. So there's really no ever losing anything, guys. It's all perfect. A Japanese psychic is predicting a major earthquake tsunami event tomorrow, producing 1,000-foot wave. Yeah, and if we get it out in the human consciousness enough, we'll all make it happen. If we all believe it, it'll happen. Whatever, man. Haven't you guys seen the studies on prayer and meditation that they've done in the scientific community? Haven't you guys seen those things? Don't you understand how powerful you are? And if you group a collective group of people together and they both all and they not both they all focus on the same thing with intentionality, how they can literally transform the very foundations of this physical reality. Don't you guys understand that? Like I say, you are the fucking hurricane, you are the tornado, you are the force of fucking nature. All of this stuff, it doesn't matter how scary it looks, doesn't matter how fucking noisy it is outside, it is nothing compared to you. You don't get that. And that's why I said earlier in this video, if I say no, then it means no. That's how powerful I am in this state of knowing. Yeah, I'm not super into Dave Matthews like I used to be when I was younger, but I still like some Dave once in a while. I mean, Dave's got some really good shit, a lot of good shit. CC is real. What is CC? The research, yes. Collective consciousness, yes. Yeah, that's what CC is, or is calm and clear, whatever. Don't believe the hype. So here's the thing, guys. It's like there's two types of hype. It's the same thing with like confidence and arrogance. What I say comes from a very, very humble knowing that is confident. But to many, many, many people that really don't understand where I'm coming from, it's very arrogant and just delusional. And I know that. I'm aware of it. I see both sides of it. So it's like half of the stuff I'm saying, guys, you guys, I'm insane. It's okay. You guys like that I'm insane, don't you? I mean, if I was just like some average guy that was just like whatever, would I keep your attention even? You're watching me because like on some level you like my insanity, don't you? Maybe it reflects your insanity as well. Uh, Stop collectively believing it and it won't manifest. Yeah. Also, I mean, like, yes and no. It's like if something's meant to be, it's going to be. God's like vision supersedes it, but we do have some choice and influence over it. And you have to know where those boundaries are. It's neuroplasticity. Like, practice anything, you get better at it. Yeah, it is that. And it's like there's also some of the scientific neuroplasticity, neurology, nervous system stuff bleeding into the spiritual community as some layers of nonsense too. So be very careful with that, because all of these things where it's just like your nervous system is this and your nervous system is that. Like, no, that's not it either, man. It's not either. It's not it either. Guys, just do the meditation and the prayer. And you don't have to label it as anything. Those are just beliefs that are getting in between, that are the middlemen for the truth of what it is that you're going to do. And then at some point, you don't need to meditate and pray anymore because you're all prayed out and meditated out. And then you merge with it, and now you are the prayer and the meditation. So stop chasing all of these different labels. They're all bullshit. It seems insane only because it's not mainstream thought. Yeah, I mean, like, it's like there's no such thing as normal. There's no such thing as should or shouldn't. There's no such thing as good or bad. All of these things are just different layers of consciousness within a mind, a dualistic mind. So it's like if I want, I can communicate from a place of like full union where I'm totally outside of duality, but then I have to express myself in terms of duality. So it's always going to come out sounding some way on the spectrum of duality. So it's like, well, Darius, you said that God isn't really like love. God's peace. Yeah. Well then why would I align myself with the love and do the love? Because the love is closer. If God's going to choose a dual aspect, God's going to be closer to the love than he is the fear. And the fear is the illusion and the devil and the Maya. So that's why you're always trying to achieve the righteousness, this pure, noble truth, the noble, humble, like honorable, character driven state of being. You want that, right? And then it's like where we get into trouble is that we start attaching illusory labels and ideas and ideologies to what a character driven nobility and humility and like God state of being is. That's the problem. It only looks this way. No, it can look like anything. The intention, like I've said, is what trumps everything. And a lot of people can't account for people's intention. I can see your intention because I see. Can you see my intention? That's the difference. It's a divine play. Yeah. Yes, we need to work on humble, but yes, it makes me not get mad. You are for me. Thanks. Not practicing is the insanity. Yes. Guys, it's coming for you. I've said this. Whether you meditate or you don't meditate, whether you align yourself or you don't align yourself, whether it really doesn't matter what you do. If you're meant to find it in this life, you're going to find it one way or another. That's part of the destiny aspect of all of this stuff. And we like to think that we're in control with our free will and choice, because then what's the point in living if I'm not in control? It's like in the Matrix where Morpheus and Neo are sitting down for the first time. No. This is when he's talking to the Oracle. And she's like, what if I told you about free will or whatever? And then he's like, well, I free will because I don't like the idea of not being in control of my life. Okay. We don't like the idea of not being in control of our lives and surrendering to this destiny aspect of what God is for us, because it feels like we don't have control. But ironically, you're more in control when you lose control and surrender and then flow into the duality based physical reality path in this three-dimensional world we're living in. There's always little mini choices that you're bouncing back and forth on this path that you're walking. So here's this path, and you're walking, and you're constantly making many choices in how you express or act or speak or think or do. Those are all your choices that are influenced by God all the time. They're being fed to you, whether you realize it or not. That's your intuition. I tell my children that all the time. What's considered normal? Yeah, you gotta beat that shit into them when they're young, Marissa. Get them used to the idea of what is normal, because then eventually they're gonna notice that everything is normal and everything's also not normal. That being unique and weird is also normal, that being gay or trans or any race or religion, even if it's different from you, is normal in how it's not normal to you. Yes, dude. No, yes, you. I have 23 people here and I have like 3 people chatting with me. Guys, come on, do something or I'm getting off. Come on, interact with me, say something. What's been on your minds? Where are you guys at? Do you have any questions? Do you have anything that you're struggling with? Do you have anything that you just want to say to me? What's my favorite line in The Matrix? There is no spoon. It's actually, ironically, one of my favorite stories where I actually performed a miracle by saying there is no spoon. When I was young. Thoughts on quantum immortality. It's like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Somebody took the word quantum and they thought it sounded super cool from the scientific community, and then they attached it to immortality, and now they created their own little mini ideology from it. Like, what is it even? Quantum immortality. Oh, okay. Your enlightenment is inevitable, right? The script is written by you, but you choose to forget. So you could remember, and you gave yourself ultimate free choice, including to delay or accelerate. Yeah, it's all of those things, and it's none of those things. You're never gonna get it on the like all of these different things you said, Matin. I can come in with the exact opposite of what you just said, and it's just as right as what you just said. That's how duality works. You're never arriving at the conclusion on our mind, on your mind. So it's like, that's why I said, guys, it's a 50-50 proposition. It is free will and it is destiny. It's both and it's neither. They're layered on top of each other. There's no escaping it. If you didn't have free will, you'd literally be a zombie. You'd be the robot. You'd be acting stuff out. But because now you're perceiving yourself and you're aware of yourself and you're aware of God within you and stuff, God wants to experience himself, experiencing himself, experiencing himself as different little pinpoints of different people and animals and trees and whatever. That's the whole exercise here, and learning and growing and expanding and different experiences of like suffering and bliss and suffering and bliss. Hey Darius, listen to your videos every day. Love the longer ones. What's your thoughts on dreams? How to interpret? I don't know. I don't try to interpret my dreams, guys. I mean, I'll sometimes I'll notice. I've had some very trippy dreams lately, especially. I've been visited by beings and stuff, and I've been visited by Jesus. So like, I can. There's some dreams that are more pure and have a real message, and there's some that are just like your brain and your mental soup, subconscious trying to make sense of different shit, and it's just very, very, very weird. Don't try and overanalyze your dreams too much. But if something is meant to be known through your dream, trust me, you'll know it. Ever since you became more in tune with your higher self and God, have you ever experienced any? Yeah, my life is a fucking walking premonition, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When I mean you see, I can't. If you have eyes, then you see. If you have ears, let them hear. I'm so there. You guys don't get it. Like my word from this energy that I'm projecting is very, very potent. I can create with my word. I can heal with my word. I'm very Jesus-like in that sense, if I want it to be that way, if it's meant to be that way. So it's like right now nobody knows who I am. I have like 2,000 followers. Eventually the word's gonna get out, and people are gonna know Darius. It's inevitable. They're gonna come to me like, oh, the same shit. I know. So I've had to come to terms with all these things. Let's say we are egoless and awakened, yet we interact with people. We still have to go through all the human dynamics. So how does this journey affect others? Or is it complete authenticity and vision? I don't even know what you're trying to write, man. We interact with people. We still have to go through all human dynamics. So how does this journey affect others? It's like when you're busy living your life from an ego state, it's all very insecure ego bouncing back and forth and fearful shit, and you're caught in your mind trying to act out certain things and like do things before it's time, and like you're trying to say and like think of the right thing to say, and like you're always reacting. You're in this constant reactive state of being. When you are yourself, you just know naturally where your boundaries are and where you push and feel and like are on its extremities. Where I place myself mentally, I am there. How if I look somewhere, I am there. Like that's the state that you enter into. You're merged with just this every aspect of what your senses and internal state are like feelers out into reality. And you are influencing layers of consciousness through your very being and light. How do you discern the bullshit thoughts from legit inspiration? Go watch my You Talk to God video. I go into it 36 minutes there. My uncle was in my dream. It's like he was in the room with me. Yeah. My grandpa visited me before he died. He like came to say goodbye to me, and that led to my one of my awakenings in 2012. End of 2012, my grandpa died and literally came to me in my sleep. He died. He was in Greece. And he died, and I was sleeping here in the States in San Diego. And he literally came to me in my dream, and I'm like crying while I'm asleep, not realizing what's going on. I wake up out of it. I go to the bathroom. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Bawling, bawling, tears, 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 just streaming. Okay. And then I'm like, oh shit, grandpa just left. And then I write an email to my mom. I'm like, hey, because it was too late. I didn't want to call her or anything. I'm like, hey, did grandpa just die? And like, what time did he die? And it all matched up. Yeah. Guys, it's much more easily accessible when you're sleeping because you're in this like lucid state where you're already kind of in that realm. So it's easier for them to come and visit you. Yeah, my grandpa's been like a guardian ancestor archetype in my life. Very influential. He's watching over me, he's with me always. God is life, life keeps going. Yes. Your human self dies, but your God self keeps going. Yes. So in a quantum, immortality is real, but not in the egoic sense. The character you're playing is mortal. Yes, it's all a simulation. It's very much like that. It's just different words for different associations we're making now. Keep a dream journal and write them all down in detail. It will come for you. Yeah. Eventually you'll see commonalities in your dreams, and like you'll see different stuff. You keep having like recurring dreams or recurring themes in your dreams, and it's trying to tell you something. Those are things you need to notice. When we dream, our soul travels to different dimensions. Yes. Yes. I mean, yes. We're already multi-dimensional living in this physical reality. That's what they mean by the 5D, but it's not really like 5D. It's not like anything you think. We are all multi-dimensional, guys. It is at our root. It is like if God is multidimensional, and obviously God is, then so are we because we are parts of God. And it's like what part of God is any greater or less than any other part of God? You guys need to get to that place of understanding where even the tiniest atom, even you as a nothing, physical nothing, is the most powerful force on the face of this fucking earth. You can't be fucked with if you don't want to be fucked with. You guys don't get it. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate the kind words. Maxwell, what's up, man? I've been wondering if you'd show up, man. You're like, Darius, I'm gonna make time to come and see you, bro. I remember that comment, and then I'm like, where's Maxwell been, that motherfucker? What's up, bro? My interaction with Jesus. So I was walking in like this village, and I'm me, but I'm also someone else. It's weird. I'm like maybe a Jew or something. Maybe I'm in a different time. And I'm walking with Jesus. I'm following him around this village. It's daytime, and I can't really see Jesus. I can't like make out his face, but I know it's him. And he's wearing a robe, like this tan robe with like a thing, like a tunic, right? He's got sandals on. He's got whatever, however you would imagine him. And this is all my own conditioning, labeling these things, guys. It's not really how, when everybody has these visions of Jesus and dreams of Jesus and he looked like this, that's just their own conditioning labeling it, however it's meant to be associated for them. So I'm walking with him. And during this whole time, I've been wondering, I'm like, what kind of healer am I? What kind of healer am I? You could heal. I can heal too. But how do I heal? Because I haven't practiced it as much. I've healed before, but I haven't healed like Jesus was healing just nonstop. So I was like, what level of this type of miraculousness is going to be in my life? How do I do it? How did you do it? And so he's hearing all of my thoughts, and we're just walking together. He's in front of me. He's in front of me, and I'm following behind him very closely. And we come up to this intersection in the village, right? Dirt roads, and these are just like white buildings. He pushes me up against the wall, and I'm like up against the wall. And he kind of forcefully pushes me up against the wall. And he's like, "You want to know how I healed?" And then he took himself and he projected himself into me. This is how I do it. So he took his energy, his heart, his it's like if I visualize and project like through Reiki, but it wasn't even that. Reiki is nothing compared to this. This is literally me taking me and putting it onto you. It is a literal transference of my energy into you. So his heart, like I saw his heart open up, and then he projected his heart, boom, into me, and it was like whoop, like this fucking warp shit into my body. And he's like, now you have it too. I already had it, but he's like, this is how you do it. But I don't even need to do that. I just say it and it's done. The same way he said it, it would be done. And God knows my instinct to want to say it and do it, and it's all planning itself as it comes out. So it's like not even me. It is the channeled Holy Spirit that is wanting to come out and heal someone in that time. It's not even me. It comes through you. But people don't realize that like you all have this type of power, but you haven't gotten to this place where you've unlocked it and you believe that you are that and that you can heal yourself. I repeat your playlist regularly. I pick up on different things every time. Yeah, Angela, I was talking about that in my video. I was like, it's very highly rewatchable. It'll get you guys there. It's like having a personal freaking little dude in your corner and it's speaking truth to you all the time. Every dream means something deep down. If you can remember it, it should find. Yeah, it's like if you were meant to, you know how we can't remember some of our dreams? Some people just don't remember any of their dreams. If they were meant to be known, then they would remember them, right? So it's like if I remembered my dream, maybe there was something about it I was meant to. Maybe I was just supposed to come away with a feeling of like, that was kind of weird. And that's about all I got from it. And that's what it needed to be. for whatever reason, or something happens in your life later that day or later that week or later that month, and then it reminds you of that dream, some little snippet of a dream, and then it unlocks something in that moment, and you're like, oh, that's what that meant. And it wasn't it wasn't time for that little knowing to be unraveled in that moment until then. When I drive, I am aware, yet I am silent and thinking constantly on everything. Stop thinking. Root yourself in your mind. Go read some Ramana Maharshi. Root your mind. Stop thinking. Stop incessantly thinking. Stop it. Like, stop. I'm going to smack you. I'm smacking you right now. Stop. Stop thinking. You guys are thinking too much. If you want to communicate with me, you think. Okay, you word stuff. Okay. But it needs to come from here. It's coming through your heart. It's not coming from here. Your mind is bullshit. It's mental masturbation. You don't want it. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get too, but like, stop thinking. I'm sitting down, I'm watching TV, yet contemplating everything. Can you talk about forms of meditation? So go watch my video, how you become Neo in the Matrix. No, it's not that one. It's finding your red-pilled nature. In that last half of that video, I go over my meditation and how I do it, and how I interchange prayer and meditation and stillness and flow into it and use that as cleansing. So yeah, the how you find your red-pilled nature, that's the one where I go into the meditation. Subconscious struggling to make itself noticed. Yeah, I mean, the subconscious doesn't struggle, though. It just comes up when it needs to. The subconscious makes itself conscious when you're meant to know the conscious level of your subconscious. Like I said, it drills down the little hole and then it makes itself known, and it comes perfectly always. My life, I've thought the same thing. So odd how you're living behind your eyes and analyzing. Meditation quieted that so I could enjoy the moment. Yeah. Like, it's all noise, man. It's all noise. It's all robbing you of your peace. Jesus in the Bible, and it's like, my peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Do you guys know, like, he sends the disciples out, the 70, however many people he sent out, to spread the gospel, the word. Hey, the good news has come. And if you come across a door and they don't welcome you, don't give them your peace. Take your peace with you. He's saying nothing that happens in the external world is going to fuck with my peace. Your peace is holy. Your peace is your stillness. You are corrupted now. You guys are corrupted now if you're letting your mind rob you of your peace. And anything external, a person, a situation, a word someone else says, rob you of your peace. No. I'm way too powerful for that shit. Ain't nothing that's on this outside world gonna fuck with me, motherfucker. I fuck with you, you don't fuck with me. Very arrogant shit. No. I don't think so. I'm not the victim. Life ain't happening to me, man. I'm making life happen. I'm merged with it. I had a dream where I heard clear as day sitting on the dock of the bay. Never thought of that song before. That's hilarious. I love it. Talk about J. Krishnamurti and how he refused to be the Messiah figure. Yeah. See, and it's like, and I love Krishnamurti for that. Because you had these guys at the end of the 1800s into the early 1900s, the theosophists, that Annie Besant and Madame Blavatsky and like Charles Ledbetter. I've read all of that shit, right? If you go read Madame Blavatsky's like fucking, she has like this double anthology book, like this two book, The Secret Doctrine or some shit, right? And it's just the most garbled nonsense mess you've ever come across. It is literally any mental archetype you can think of put onto word. So much nonsense in there that she thinks she's pouring out, and she's so in her mind she has no idea what intuition is. But one of the books, ironically, from the Theosophists that I liked, that was one of the first books that I checked out from the library when I was starting my search, was a book called The Chakras by C.W. Ledbetter. And it had like these illustrations in there of like what the chakras looked like. And it was very hardcore shit, right? And there's like an old copy of it. It was like 1923 or something shit that this book copy that I had was like published. It was very old. You'd open it and you'd smell it and it smelled old, you know, like those old books. And I love that shit. And I read a lot of that stuff, but they're also kind of Krishnamurti recognized their delusion, guys. He saw right through it. And Krishnamurti was very philosophical in his spiritual understanding. He was very analytical in how he reached his conclusions of unraveling the layers of the mind. That's what I loved about Krishnamurti. That's like he's one of my bros, man. He's a fucking G. Yeah, and then he's like, you know what? Like, like they have this like this position they want to give him. They're like, yo, bro, we're grooming you. You're gonna be the Messiah. And he's like, fuck all you, and he just dips off and starts going on his own little talks and shit. You know, I'll do it my way. Fuck you guys. My life. Try to stay in the present moment. It's hard, but when I get like that, I remember to stay in the present moment. Yeah, the more you do that, the more the layers of your resistance are going to start unraveling, and eventually you're just it. But you do have to do the meditation and the prayer in your quiet time, guys. Like while you're living your life, you're out and about, notice these things, be aware of your internal state of being, but you still have to dedicate some time to stilling yourself when there's not so much noise. You get practiced in stilling yourself and praying and meditating when there's not so much shit going around, so that now then you can carry that same stillness with you out into the world. When it is noisy, you're still centered, and then the physical illusion in any shape cannot fuck with you anymore. It works, but it takes a little practice, which comes with a little discomfort. Yeah, discomfort's the key. If I don't feel discomfort, like some discomfort's okay. It's like when you work out or when you do any, like you do yoga and you're like stretching or whatever. The some discomfort's okay. You don't want acute pain though. It's a little fucked. Remember, the past is, yeah, man. As soon as I step into this moment, the past is already, I've already let it go. I'm flowing always. It's how you got to do. Well, the fact that you're labeling it, Chase, a daily struggle, eventually you're going to stop thinking that life is a struggle and it's just life. And the struggle label you're putting on it is just one aspect of suffering. How about, no, life isn't a daily struggle. Life is a daily fun, adventurous, spontaneous, blissful life where you wake up and you're looking forward, not even looking forward, but can't wait to see what God has in store for me. Who's that special someone I might meet? She might be around the corner. Who's that special person? What's that special video I might put up? Who knows what God has in store for me? What might come out of my mouth and into my reality? How amazing. What a surprise. Get there. It's fun. I know it sounds stupid, but can you speak more on how to pray? I feel like it mostly comes from my mind and not my heart. It is your mind that prays, guys. You know, I mean, it's your intuition being assigned words through your mind to make it a voice. If you haven't, Green Mango, go watch my How You Talk to God video, because I go over why you're praying, and it doesn't matter what you say when you pray, really, guys. It's to give thanks, and it's also to get you in touch with your true voice. Okay? All of these things that you guys are like trying to pray for, God already knows what you need. So you think like, I need my mom needs this, I need to get this, I hope I get this. All these things are known. It's almost a waste of time and energy for you guys to pray for those things. Just give thanks every day, or not every day, but most days. If I pray, I'm just saying blessings to the Lord. Thank you. Thank you for this moment. Oh, if God fucks with me, sends me a sign, ah ha ha, God, thank you. I like that. That was cool. It was funny. You're hilarious. God just wants to be acknowledged. God wants to be on the forefront of your consciousness, that you're always seeing him in everything. And then he starts giving you more and more responsibilities to act out certain, what people would call higher level shit. powers and shit. It's like, whatever, man. That shit's irrelevant. It comes on its own. Yeah, I mean, you can pray the Our Father who art in heaven, but also like what happens with that prayer is that it's becomes so regurgitated that it's lost its meaning. How about you take that prayer and you turn it into your own words and you turn it into your own prayers that has some special meaning to you? That would be a better thing. How about you paraphrase it and take the bite-sized pieces of what it means and then you speak that prayer for yourself? That's more accurate than reading some regurgitated prayer that was given to you that really you don't really truly know what those meanings of those words mean, how it was intended at the time. But it's okay, Maria. I'm not. You're like, okay. I'm just saying, like, don't feel attacked. Try it though. You can say whatever prayer you want. Om Namah Shivaya is a prayer. Mantras are prayers, guys. You can say whatever you want. There's different Hindu ones you can do. There's different. They all have different energetic properties. Just say I love you. Yeah, exactly. Like guys. Here. This I'm gonna give it to you now. Treat God like He's your best friend. Treat God like He's your mom or your dad or your closest cousin, just another person that you're speaking to. You're having a conversation with them. Talk to God that way. Comes from the heart. It's more sincere. Hey man, like anytime I have thoughts, I'm talking to God like He's bro. I told you guys, God's not bro, right? Like in my latest video, God is bro. God's my dude. He's my homie. I talk to God that way. It's very sincere. He knows it's coming from a place of sincerity. I mean it. Anyway, guys, it's been over an hour and a half. If you have any final things you guys want to say to me, then speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm not going to do a live stream for probably another 10 days or so. So, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, I'll probably do a live stream. It'll be my birthday live stream. You guys can come and hang out. I'll probably do a longer one, maybe like 3 or 4 hours. You guys can donate and send me gifts. You guys can shower me with love and affection. Tell me how hot and attractive I am. Define tragedy. That would take too long and I'm leaving. Sorry, hun. Save it for next time, Tasha, when you show up on my Sunday birthday live stream. That's what I learned. Building a relationship to God means sometimes God is bro. Exactly. Thank you. It's okay, Chase. Just go watch. I mean, that's why I have these videos. You guys, I have access to all my live streams. You're not missing anything except for the interaction part. But I also have the chat up. It takes about 12 to 24 hours for it to actually upload, so you might have to wait a little bit before you watch it to get the chat. Thank you guys. Tasha, you said that okay. It's like it's hard when you read words like just chat like okay. Like is it a butthurt okay? Or is it like a genuine okay? Like I can't wait to like talk to you next time, Darius. Tasha, please don't be butthurt. Please don't cry. I'll answer what tragedy is next time if you're here. Like okay. Like I picture her like she's just like kind of sad. She's like okay. Oh, Daddy didn't give you your lollipop, you know. All right, guys. It's been a blast as always. Thank you for the donation earlier. Thank you guys for interacting. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care. I know you're not butthurt. It's just funny because we can't read too much into like chat. So anyway, take care.